Thank you very much. Hi, welcome everyone. So today I will talk to you about Internet of Things and the connectivity services we are providing at Soracom, give you an overview about what we actually provide, our philosophy, the approach, and getting into some actual examples of both customer stories, customer cases that we have in the field, and collaboration with other partners on cutting-edge new technologies. So who are we at Soracom, very quickly? So we are a Japanese company founded 10 years ago. We are here today because KDDI has been our major investor since 7 years already. And we provide IoT connectivity services in almost every country in the world, with currently more than 6 million devices being communicating over our platform for a bit more now than 7,000 active customers. So what we provide, as I said, connectivity services. So you can see the basis layer, the foundation, is this communication, mostly cellular, but you can see all the technology there. I will detail afterwards what we mean with being wireless agnostic. And platform services, mostly focused on helping you achieve security, remote management of your devices, easy data ingestion, protocol conversion, all those kind of services that will help our customers build efficient IoT solutions as fast and as real, sorry for my English, as possible. And all of that is accessible by our customers either by a web portal, very simple to use, or integrable through APIs into their own systems. So all of these modular stacks that we provide is to help our customers build their IoT services as simply as possible. The first step, not appearing here, is for them to identify something valuable they want to build. And why do they need to have those IoT devices communicating and sending data, detecting events, whatever makes sense in their own business case. What we provide is an horizontal service, so not specialized in that given business. That's our customers' knowledge. What we do is helping them connect any devices, be it with a SIM, as a cellular device, or with other technologies, going through our platform, and then with an easy way to integrate into the cloud, as I said, to simplify remote maintenance, device management, private networking for high security, and so on and so on. So when I said wireless agnostic, you can see on this that you have a lot of different pictograms. Basically, whatever the technology, the communication technology is relevant to the customer case, we will make sure that it can flow through the same pipeline, through the same platform with a single pane of glass. So cellular, 2G, 3G, 4G, LP1 networks, or Sigfox devices, Wi-Fi, even some Ethernet devices, using our services will flow through a single platform, and then whatever the cloud platform used by our customer, they can easily integrate into. So what do they build with that? As I said, we are horizontal, so we are powering use cases in almost each business vertical you can think of, from tracking the position or the well-being of your favorite pet, to smart utilities, security systems, mobility systems, agriculture, you name it. Basically, any device that gets value from extracting information, we can help power, be it in Japan, in some of those use cases, or globally. Okay, yes. So I will zoom into 3 major examples, and I will be happy to discuss any other that you want afterwards. So one of them is a European customer called Solatec. What they do is providing systems, advanced systems for refrigeration controls. So basically, you can see all around in the show those coolers where you will have your favorite drink, making sure with IoT systems that you can remotely know that the cooler is actually operating as expected, it's where it should be, and so on and so on. Those basic information, but that will help the business flow more easily. So for that, they are using our services for the connectivity layer with cellular, and as a security for integration with what we call virtual private gateways. Another example, and I will detail this one, is specific in terms of explaining our wireless agnostic vision that I mentioned. So this Japanese company called Akomono, they are providing access control systems, so smart locks. In that case, that's to manage access to 24/7 gyms. So you don't have a physical key. Remotely, your smartphone will be the virtual key, so you will be granted access. And so they are using Soracom because depending on the site, the actual physical site, either it will be a cellular device using a SIM card, or it will be wired and plugged into the local network. But from their point of view, that's a single fleet of systems that they can manage the same way, again, using our agnostic vision and going through our different services through a single platform, through their own systems, as you can see here on the diagram. Another example of a wireless agnostic customer case that we have is in the utility sector with Nichi Gas, which is one of the major gas provider in Japan. So what they have is, so those smart metering use case used to remotely control the consumption and easily bill your customers. Depending on where the devices are installed, they will either use the LTE-M cellular network of the local mobile network operator, or they will use the Sigfox network. Again, depending on the local conditions, but that's allowed them to have a large fleet of devices. I think they have above 1 million now, if I'm not wrong, or in that range, and manage them through a single platform and a single set of services. Again, removing this complexity and allowing them to use the more relevant technology to each location. To finish, and I don't see the time, I hope I'm still in the right timing, I will detail you how we work with selected partners to approach those new technologies and new ways to solve those IoT challenges in the wild. One of them is what we call integrated SIM. So you may be familiar with the standard SIM card. I think I have one. So basically, you will have this kind of plastic SIM card that we all know and that you can fit into your IoT device. More and more, what we see as what we call the embedded SIM or eSIM, where instead of a removable plastic component, you will have a component that you will solder on your circuit board. And now the next generation is what's called integrated SIM. So integrated within the system on chip, keeping the same level of security that you have with the regular SIM, but saving on cost, a single component, simplifying assembling, manufacturing, supply chain management, all of those kind of issues. This means that it will help solve those complex supply chain. As you can see, we are not saying that it makes everything simple. In the end, it's going to be simple for the customer, but it means in the background, we have a lot of challenges to solve with the different parties. Between us providing the iSIM, the profile, the connectivity, the customer, the module maker, the company providing the operating system, and so on. So for this, we are working with several partners. One of them is Kigen, which is doing the SIM operating system. And as of today, you can already start working with iSIM modules offering a Soracom profile and start integrating them in your designs. So namely products from Murata and Quectel with those two references that you can already start working with right now for your new designs. Another example of new technologies, and getting back to the wireless agnostic part that I mentioned earlier, is providing access to satellite networks. So what we call NTN for Non-Terrestrial Networks. Namely, we are partnering with a company called Skylo, providing an NB-IoT network through their own fleet of satellites. So we are not deploying satellites ourselves, but we are partnering with them to grant access to that network to our customers, which means that now, starting now, if you have a device that will need to access a satellite network because you are out of reach of the land network, maybe in the ICs, very remote areas, mining things, agriculture, the same device can switch from a regular NB-IoT network to a space one. And again, with the same platform and the same way to manage them without having to manage a lot of different set of platforms and so on. And finally, to explain a bit how we work, because as I said, this satellite network is it's for NB-IoT, so very low data usage, not broadband. What we provide are services to help our customers optimize as much as possible their communications. So we have one called the binary parser. As you can guess, it's used to parse binary frames that the customer will send. and helping them reduce both the data usage, so saving on cost, but also saving on energy, allowing devices to live on battery for a way longer period of time and improving the total cost of ownership of the solutions and making sure that it becomes something that is not only technologically viable, but also financially, and that can live for years and years. So this is what I had to say to you today about Internet of Things and Soracom. I hope I'm in the right timing. I would be very happy to answer any question that you have or discuss IoT projects you may have. So you can find me afterwards, and you can see we have quite a sizable team here today to help you out as well. Thanks a lot.